For my extreme version of Project Zero, I added an orbit and time of orbit counter. Essentially what happens is as the animation runs, it prints to the terminal what the number of orbits that each planet has made, as well as the time it takes for each planet to orbit. Here is a visual of what happens. In order to do this, I made Body Extreme a subclass of Body because it shares many of the same properties. However, I had to add a few instance variables. For example, I added the number of orbits, the updated position of each planet, the original position of each planet, a Boolean that showed if the position was updated, and also an instance variable that was the time for each orbit. I rewrote the update method in Body Extreme where it calls Body's update method to act normally for all of the planet animations. However, it will also check if the updated position is greater than 0 while the original position is less than 0, because that means the planet has made an orbit. Essentially, the updated and original position tracks the y-axis of each planet and checks that if it has crossed from negative to positive, which means that a planet has made an orbit. I then update the updated instance variable to true. From the nBody Extreme class, I essentially have the same code as the nBody class, except I passed in the time variable into the update method in Body Extreme for each body in the all bodies array. If the number of orbits is 0 and a planet has made an orbit, it updates the instance variable for time for orbit to the time that is passed in. It prints each value to the terminal to track the progress of each planet. I added several print statements to the nBody Extreme class to introduce what will happen in the terminal. For example, I introduced that as the planets orbit, we will count the number of rotations for each planet around the Sun. Then I also added titles for each column, number of orbits, and time for each orbit, under which the number of orbits and the time for each orbit is printed. The time for each orbit remains the same after it has been calculated the first time.